the teams, or I guess.
Yeah.
You know.
For now, it's Div 3. Or
Okay, we
This
are
time,
live.
You go upstairs.
Okay,
Okay.
we are live. Okay,
Alright.
Okay, good
welcome,
evening.
ladies and gentlemen, to
Yes.
our AsiaFortress and Pure Podcast.
Discussion. It's a discussion.
Yeah.
Starting first. Starting first, we welcome first.
So,
First of all,
who do we have tonight? Ghosty.
the person that we have tonight is Andre. Let's say hello, Andre.
Hello, I'm Andre.
And then myself, Ghosty. Hello.
We also
And,
have
next-
iFun.
iFun.
Hello,
iFun.
my
The
name is
iFun.
iFun. I am
We have
the
the iFun tonight,
yep,
everyone.
the most
The
autistic
iFun.
player in AsiaFortress.
And then next person is Man.
Yes, sir.
Say hello, man.
Yeah, hey.
And
So,
the most important
Alright.
guest here today is Alteria,
Bruh.
Henry. Say hello, Henry.
Announce her entire name to the.
unfortunately, I think Lego is currently asleep, based on my current speculation. So, we'll be having a bit of an intermission without him, but we'll still have a fruitful discussion tonight. I trust that 2020 hasn't been like the best year for a lot of people, but you can't say it for the same for online leagues that rely on people to play NBA flight needs every day. I'd say it's not a good year, but it's also not a bad year either. We've seen a lot of ups and downs, and let's look into what really happened this year.
At least this year's season started earlier than last year's.
So
Do you guys have news on when the next season's gonna start?
Should be January.
I have like a
or some
small
shit.
It's
discussion.
January? Really?
yeah. Oh yeah, by the way, when the season starts, remember to sign up. Remember to sign up for AsiaFortress.
Yep.
So, let's get started, shall we?
Alright.
So who's gonna start with a question? Henry? Let's start.
Alright, so I've heard earlier this year from a fellow informer of mine that the Div 3 and Open teams are at its peak of competitiveness we've seen in recent years. So,
I agree. I mean, I think like right now, like in comparison to like the seasons, AFC 10, AFC 11, AFC 12, Div 3, like those seasons of like new players coming compared to the old players before that are almost everyone is in Div 1 now. I think Div 3 has definitely improved in terms of DM, but they definitely have gone dumber. I think everyone in Div 3 has gone dumber. Where if you watch the grand finals, like the Dirk Wagon game versus I don't remember what team, but the grand finals basically devolved into who succeeded with the double bomb first and who can do their one tricks faster. And yeah, with that, it really becomes an RNG based like game where Div 3 is just aping in who's a better ape basically, and
Yeah,
who
who's the better
wins the
DM.
mid-fight. Yeah, exactly.
A lot of like stupid gimmicks though. Like you see a lot of like interesting off classes or different things that like basically
Yeah, I agree.
standard fixes
Div 3
skins.
has seen a resurgence of the market gardener. Actually, I don't know why, but I feel like this season of Div 3 is more akin to using to the market gardener than every other season in Div 3. I think, because
Yeah.
I mean, when was the last time we've seen like Div 3s purposely go for like market gardener kills?
I
When
tell
they
I
go,
think
I have a theory.
like when I first started playing, I think I just kept going for market guard. That was like the only time I see like people going for market guard.
No, I have a theory. It's because they probably saw like Jim Face like video or some shit. They're like, oh my goodness, I need to be like that. And then when they try,
Yeah,
oh,
now
he plays
yeah.
sixes. Maybe I can try that. Maybe it's like it's fun, you know.
For me back then, it was DD5F that inspired me. So like, JMP I guess is like this era's DD5F. But speaking about like this lack of game sense supposedly compared to like previous iterations of Div 3, I think it has to do with the shift in mindset. Perhaps like everyone's just there playing for fun instead of like having an actual competitive
oh
mindset.
no, I don't agree. Because I know a lot of Div 3 teams that actually like take the game like super seriously. Like like a lot of them have a lot of passion for the game, and a lot of them like let's take for example Energy. You know, when you look at that roster, like Energy, not really good gaming. Their roster is like the most underwhelming XD roster in Div 3, but you know they really had a good run in like the previous season, and it really shows because you know Energy always scrims like every night or something like that. Like they're hardcore grind scrims. So I don't think it's the passion that's missing,
Maybe
but
it's
maybe
the
it's something
methodology.
else.
It's the
Maybe it's
methodology
the
that they
methodology.
practice.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But in any case, it definitely isn't the passion because, like, like a lot of players right now, like compared to other seasons, like I think are more like they're more aligned with teamwork based values. You know, like because back then, like I remember. You would just pick up players that are better than you, and you would win Div 3 through sheer roster
Sure,
paper
dear.
alone. Yeah,
Yeah.
through sheer DM alone. But now it's just
It's
it's
more
rough
different.
because yeah, it's definitely different because like people actually would try to improve their teams. Like you know, Dark Rack and Wagon, you know, that team. Although they try to pick like people that are better on paper, they stick with their own roster. You know, they push through with their own roster because they believe that was the roster that they were gonna win with Hellstar, Dax, and running the triple rotation of soldiers, and with them almost picking up a new medic to improve their roster, they didn't almost go through with it because they believed that the original medic was gonna go. And although that happened, Avna Black reigned supreme,
Oh
sadly.
yeah.
And
Shout out to Miju.
Nietzsche did be
Nietzsche.
veteran.
It's
He
been playing
was a
since I
living
was
legend though.
I feel like Div 3 is like mainly they have like their own groups or something. I mean,
Oh
you can
yeah,
correct me, but it's
Yeah,
just that they want to
definitely.
stay with their
Yeah.
own group because I
it's
feel
like
like
next
because I find
segregation.
it very puzzling that some of them has been in Div 3 for very long. So I feel like maybe they have this circle of friends that they just like play and have fun with, and if they're like, oh, if we win or lose, who cares? You know, as long as we're having fun. Is that true, or is it
That's
completely wrong?
definitely something that occurs. Like letting like your friends decide what diff you want to play in. Like letting influence your skill level, like the diff you end up. But it's it's hard to say. Like diff 3, like I already said, is quite competitive this year. But
yeah. And I mean, like of course they're on their own bubble, but I think right, like there's really no incentive for them to go up a level because Div 3, like when you think about Div 3, it's like communication based. Uh, a lot of gameplay is more teamwork based and less about the game sense, but mostly about communicating and having fun with your friends. And as Andre said, but you know, when you go up a division, you get like when you try to go up a division, it's usually just a lot more hardships and like you are right though. You are right by the fact that they have their own bubbles of friends. They have their own social circles. You know, we've seen Bubby Pugs, we've seen Yes Pugs, these pugs, Potato Pugs. You know, all of these pugs are stemming from Div 3 not playing with Div 2 or Div 1 players, and I really wonder what your opinions on it is.
of course, segregation I think is already like a recurrent theme.
Yeah,
Even
but do you
as
think
back,
it's the answer?
yes, sorry.
Do you think it's the answer? Like, do you think like do you think like segregation is the answer to
No, no,
combat
no,
this?
no, 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 no. All right. I think it's different for depending on what the player wants. Because if you want to improve, of course you have to play with higher division players. Like that's the fastest way of improving, in my opinion. Um, so like you have to see like segregation for who, you know.
Hmm.
Instead of segregating by player skill, I feel like novice pugs or potato pugs, you know, like stuff pugs who like um restrict players to a certain skill level. I feel like instead of segregating by skill level, we can segregate by mindset. I feel like it will
What do you
result
mean by that?
like players want to try hard and players who just want to fuck around, basically. So like people
Hmm.
who want to improve will play in pugs with people who are willing to teach other people to improve and also are there to improve. And like people who fuck around can like just pug with other people who fuck around. But of course, it's just a pipe dream. It's definitely way too impossible for the current scene. Sure.
I mean, I think it's not that. I think it is possible, but the problem is when I look about high division pugs, like when I look at Div 2 pugs, Div 1 pugs, it's mostly just really just hardcore circle jerks. Like I mean not circle jerks, but more you know what I mean, right? Like social friends, like picking each other, messing around with each other, and it as a new player, really you really don't feel like like you're improving. I mean, you're getting shit on, but the fact is sometimes it's either one of the two outcomes, right? You either get hard shit talked for playing the game, or you get ignored because you're new, Like some people would be like they think that being the way to being nice is that like you just ignore the player and say like, oh, he's trying his best, whatever, and not giving him like feedback is like a way to improve, but in actuality he just gets absolutely destroyed and he doesn't improve at the game. And then there's the another one where you just hard flame this guy, hard flame him and just traumatize him from playing comp ever again. And I don't know.
Alright, I think I'm
I've,
guilty of that.
I've been, I've been, I think we've all been guilty of that at some point.
No.
Like
Well,
you get what I mean, right? Like for Div 3s, it's really hard to play Div 2 or Div 1 pugs just because of the fact that like let's be honest, a lot of Div 1 and Div 2 players are not exactly
Nice people.
Nice.
the
No, you have to
nice.
defend. I see. You have to hear my point, man. Cause like, especially when you, for example, you play a pickup game with like, new players, right? You start off being nice and you tell them what to do, but the thing is, like, I don't know whether they're like confused or maybe I'm not clear or something, but they just do the opposite of what tells you, and that really frustrates you when you're trying to like play the game and have fun, and then you're just this new player like just doesn't know what he's doing, and you're giving him like telling him exactly what to do, and he's just not doing it. And I'm pretty sure like they will like drive everyone crazy to a certain extent. So
Yes.
you can't really
Yeah,
blame.
measures taken like I see like from Australian pub groups, for example. They have like a +1 system or like a mentee assignment system for
Yes, things
under like the
mental.
pub group level, So I know Pure has this, but like theirs is like a more systematic and slower process because I'm sure they want to focus on quality. And
One thing I wanted to mention, right?
speaking of that,
I
yeah,
wanted to mention is that earlier we were talking about like how there's little like their own social circles in each division that's like is basically like like defines each division. But I feel like because AsiaFort is just like the community is just so small in general. In the end, it's just gonna be like you just separate to those little circle jerks, So it's like I just feel it's just if you want to like progress, like for example Div 3, you kind of climb to Div 2, you maybe have to like try to like join like a Div 2 circle jerk or some shit like that.
we have good networking skills, which
Yeah,
I
it's
think applies to other regions as well.
Yeah, but like here it's more evident because it's so small, dude. So small, you know what I mean?
So
I think
yeah.
yeah, I agree with you. Like people need to go out of their comfort zone to improve at the game. But the problem is, right? Like when we look at about the system right now, pure when we think of pure, right? What is the ultimate demotion for pure? Like the roles we have advanced, we have mixed, we have novice, right? What is the ultimate promotion? And what's the ultimate demotion? I think the ultimate demotion is advanced, so you're getting punished for being good, and then when you get pure novice, it's a complete promotion because you can play advanced, mix, and novice at the same time, and like it really shows what the mindset in Asia Fort is. It's like everyone wants to be novice just to like terrorize all these new players and these new players like that play
But for
pugs.
what point?
Is a
Just for like ego boost? I don't understand.
yeah, it's been
they want like
yeah.
a better casual game.
Yeah, have you seen this happen, Andre, or are you not familiar with this?
Yes, I know.
Nothing in of it.
Then there was this thing called like how you say there was this, what's it called? It's the Indian Park server. I forgot what's it called. They're like they're like so go there just to like farm everyone.
Wait, Royal Pugs.
Yeah, Royal Parks. Everyone just go over to like those decent, semi-decent know how to play the game players. They just go down there and just kill everything, and you're like, oh, I'm so good,
I guess it's a social issue. There's no
Yeah.
good bug. They just go play it. Either that or like they're just going there for ego boost.
Yeah, I think it is a social like issue. I agree with you because like the problem is Asia Fort doesn't reward like I mean, doesn't reward socially like winners, like if you get what I mean, because you're not incentivized to get good at the game because
If
of
you
all
feel
the
antagonized if you're like
yeah
a more semi-decent player.
yeah
Get
exactly
antagonized.
like you really we like Asia Fortress needs to give more of a an like incentives to improve as a player because I think like when it comes to Div 3 right like what is the most interesting division to watch? It's either you either choose Div 2 or Div 3 for me personally because I feel like when I watch Div 1 everyone knows the
One-sided.
answer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just one-sided.
everyone knows the answer. Just absolute destruction by Shao. It's just GG. It's over. Like, oh, 5 minutes. Oh, I fell asleep. Oh, fuck. Oh, I won.
Yes.
Excellent. Yeah, but
But still, like the issue isn't like prevalent only to 2020, but still, it's a recurring issue.
But I feel like the reason why like Cell is like so like it's just the peak because it's like there's nothing above the font already. They just like they like made it there.
It's a
They made
people
the
problem
team.
too, you know.
and
Like
it's
no
just
one
like-
is like staying alive after one season,
One season.
except for
True.
like
Yeah,
except
Koreans
for like
found out
select few
that
teams this season. Yeah, except for Koreans as well.
they died though. So lucky.
I wouldn't really put all the blame on Cell. But
oh, definitely. It's not Shao being blamed here because I mean they're the top of the region. They shouldn't be blamed. They should be
definitely,
like
yeah,
yeah,
should be a pillar.
and it's really good that like they already won like Asia Fortress and they're already moving to Osfort, you know, and that's really admirable for them because they know that Asia Fortress is already a done league and because like they already won it many times and they're waiting for the one competitor, but when it comes to Div 3 it's like such a random factor. Like there's like so many X factors. There's like the super DM team, Thai team. and there's-
Speaking of X
Turn down your
factors,
game volume.
What?
Hold on, Ghosty, can you turn down your game volume? It's too loud.
I already turned down already.
You put it to like
speaking of X factors, right?
yeah, exactly.
Julian, any
Oh,
personal
shit.
X factors you'd like to introduce to us?
He's using my real name. Oh no.
Okay, no, already his name is announced. Might as well like
I
bring
mean-
it down.
I mean, when we're talking about, are you talking about Div 3? Are we talking about Div 3 here? X Factor?
Dishy
I
X
mean,
factors. Yeah. The
I've been
freshest
hearing-
talent we've seen.
The freshest talent I've heard is the recently banned Yoshi season.
Oh, okay.
Uh,
Very controversial.
I heard that.
Oh my god!
I heard
Smiley's
he's
watching
com-
the-
I
Smiley's
heard
watching.
he's I heard he's coming back for this next season, and I'm not sure how the admins are gonna deal with it. A lot of people are protesting the ban, appealing the ban, and
Oh, it's
I
even a
wonder-
social issue. Oh my god.
Why
I
does
mean,
this happen?
Div 3 holds a lot of like talents. I'm gonna be real. I mean, we have like Aces, we have Rosa, you know, the NRG guys like Harry. Those guys like they understand the game really well. Like it's so insane to me, and like how to they understand the game in like a Div 3 level, and then there are so many more, and that's the beauty of Div 3. You don't know where a random pub lord is just gonna destroy the entire league because he's just too good, you know.
Yeah,
Like-
wholeheartedly agree.
And with that, like in that regard, like it's hard because like in Div 3, right, there's so much competition in comparison to like Division 2 where it's like just standard bog standard. Like you fight the same guys that played like Div 2 for like the entire lives, or you play against washed up Div 1 players that is in Div 2 trying to relive their season. No hits to myself, especially. But in any case, like Div 3 is all new. It's always like other than the few sandbaggers. I mean, that thing is rough.
How do you feel about? Was it? I think there was a not. I think I'm not sure. I think AFC 16 there was like one team that I just like another Aussie team. They just like you know what, we just play Div 3 and we just roll around and they won in. Then they won in the
That
end.
one, yeah, I like that conversation because like, like
That was worth
do,
highlighting.
do you genuinely think when you're an Osfort, like let's say you're an Osfort player, right? You're getting registered into Div 3. Do you make the assumption that the man will have 120 ping or 200 ping, or do you make the assumption that he will play 50 ping? Because I think like if a player that caliber joins your league, I think the assumption should be 50 ping.
Well, can't say
Because like
for everyone.
because like okay, let me explain my mindset here, right? Like when it comes to like Asia Fortress, when they have Div 3's like registrations from Osford and like other regions like Europe, they always make this assumption that the guy will always have 300 or 200 ping, right?
Well,
But
Oh yeah, by the way, can we like inform this? I'm sorry to like interrupt everyone conversation, but everyone say hello to Lego.
hi.
Yeah. Oh, what's up,
Oh,
Switcher?
welcome.
Hello.
Where were you?
Oops.
Oh, I was getting some stuff.
I see.
Nice.
Anyways, we were talking
It's
about
definitely
because the thing about like AU, right?
Australia
There's
in
like
Asia.
there's like West AU and East AU. Like East AU, they will probably have like maybe 150 or something. But I
Definitely,
think
but
like for
senior
Perth,
players,
for Perth,
man.
it's just like it's
Tough
it'll be, yeah. I think I'm pretty sure like back then in AFC was it 11, but like
Yeah, Paulson
one-
played with like 50 ping, right?
yeah, everything MG as well. The MG is a
Yeah.
top player, and they actually won because like
That's like the most notable case.
yeah.
But
So I guess it's like it's fine, but I don't know.
really,
what
like
is your
this year.
what do you think? What do you think? Like, should we make the assumption that they will have high ping? Because usually when I see an Oxford player, I genuinely see them have lower ping than me, and I'm playing in Asia.
Same.
If it's the guy, yeah, that's what I say. If it's the guy, if the guy's from like
I think
Western,
there
Western
can be a
Australia,
clause
yeah.
that like you have to submit your ping values to like Singapore servers before you sign up for the league. So like,
But
you have
there's,
like a
like,
bunch of
a lot
tests.
of-
No,
I mean,
honestly, the
But
ping-
then it'll bring out like falsified values as well. So I'm not
Yeah.
really sure how to like deal with this.
So
I don't think we
like,
should look down on a player because of their ping though.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, I agree.
that's
I
true.
Especially
feel
if I
like
scan, especially his scan.
that's my point, right? Like Asia Fortress always makes the assumption that once an Oxford or an EU player comes to Asia Fortress, they will have 300 ping. What if he just moved country or something? What if he just moved regions? And then
Why
now
not
you
just
have a
move to
problem
Singapore?
where he has 50 ping.
You can look at the result instead of the.
These are
They
like
go
very
down,
niche cases, but they
you know.
definitely occurred more than
Yeah.
once this year.
Yeah.
So it's nice to look over. But speaking of Australian team,
Hmm?
actually not speaking of Australian teams, but speaking of novice and div 3 players, Pure revamped their mentorship system as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, late this year. So like, it's a mentor-mentee, like kind of like a single mentor and many mentees kind of system, and like they have assigned time slots and such.
Oh,
And
is that
I'm
why
really-
they're running pure Discord streams on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I don't
So
know. I don't know how seriously it would be like taken though.
It's-
Can you run me
Definitely
down
a
the
good step
process?
forward.
Like, can you run me down the process? Because I'm not familiar
Of
how
course, yeah.
people like go through it. Let's say I'm a student. How do I register?
All right, so you gotta register through the Google Docs, like any other budget system, and afterwards you'll be inside the Google Docs for organizing like scheduling your mentorship sessions.
You'll be assigned a
So-
mentor basically.
Yeah, you'll be assigned a mentor, and definitely I think the quality is largely better because like there's some level of organization as opposed to like
Tribute depends.
a more traditional way of like DMing your mentor mentees.
I
And like
agree.
you have like as a mentor you have like some extent of responsibility to like make the session fruitful as well. So I
Oh,
think
because you're the only one there.
exactly. So like you have to make the most out of it like as a mentee, and for the mentor you have to provide as much as possible every session.
Of course, if you're there, you like the game and you wanna
Yeah.
distribute the knowledge, you know.
From my sources, the feedback has been pretty good so far. But we've only been like 1 or 2 months into the new system, so we'll definitely see how it progresses in 2021. Just wanted to mention the new system.
I think I really like that. Like the way they're.
This is definitely the correct step forward. So
Yeah. It's really a good step forward for Pure. I mean, especially since most players don't even want to touch higher divisions. They just want
Especially
to stay in
blown
their own.
away. Like the standard of the players that apply for mentorship are not actually as good, not actually as bad as I thought it would be.
Wait, what do you mean? Why?
Like like DM wise, they're really quite good. It's just the way they play is really bad. They like don't know how to play like a team.
I think that's where like
Yeah,
most
yeah.
mentorships focus on. It's just game sense positioning and like your method, I guess, of practice. So
What
Um,
are the
mhm.
levels of the mentors? Are they like insane
oh
or like
yeah, the levels of
Level.
mentors, like the
yeah
standards,
yeah? What are the standards of mentors here? Are we talking about?
probably like Div 2 plus. I'm not
Very,
very sure.
very.
Very yes, but um,
They're lacking in demo, man.
it's different. Yeah. Okay, definitely, it's definitely lacking demo, man. Like last I checked, Crooker was mentoring demo. I'm not
Oh.
calling anything out, but it's
You can call
just
them out now, bro.
demonstration of like lack of demo mains in Asia. It's just prevalent. It's just facts that there are no demo mains in Asia anymore.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
true.
like majority, most of the is Asia demo man, like they retired.
Yeah.
So yeah, like that's why like we keep lacking a lot of like demo man. We want to have a more demo man, but then some new player they saw like, oh, scout very interesting to play, and soldier too, because like you can air shot and scout, you can finish up the frag and stuff, doing some like insane meat shot and stuff. That's why like they want to have that kind of damage, you know. They want to go for insane play, not like a demo man. If you saw like demo man, like legacy and stuff, not a lot of people playing demo man.
That's right.
Mostly,
Ghosty.
it's mostly just like the weird skill curve of a demo man.
Yeah.
It's like not easy to get into, but it's very difficult to master. But like soldier on the other hand is like quite easy to get into it, but like it's very difficult to master at like the higher levels.
Definitely, but
Sure,
Scout
but
is
demo
probably
is
like
also
you have like so many scout mains in Asia because it's like
Scout's
very
like the easiest to get into and the most
Yeah.
popular. But speaking of projectile classes, right? I'm pretty sure there was another iteration of the Asia B-Ball Cup this year. Just can celebrate another iteration.
Oh yeah,
another great
and
run
night
of
com too.
Asian B-Ball.
and this time there were like 2 divisions as well, so it's
Exactly.
like better
So
for-
props to the organizers. Props to the organizers.
I mean,
Just want to
was
say,
it
B-Ball is
made
probably
by Overdose.
yeah. I'm pretty sure it's organized by Overdose. Just
I remember watching a trailer video of the B-Ball Cup last year, I think, or this year.
Trailer.
You
The
didn't
thing
see
is-
it? It's so
I
dope.
didn't see it.
It's so dope, dude. It was made by Catcore or something. And
yeah.
it
I
was
mean,
so dope. I actually,
You can
personally,
watch it now.
yeah, you can watch it now.
no thanks.
IFun, do you hear anything about a
You're watching it,
Pinoy Pinoy Cup?
Oh,
Like a Pinoy
dude!
Christmas Cup?
Oh yeah.
Is that even a thing?
Oh my God! Are we really talking about the Pinoy Cup?
All right.
Oh my God.
We can talk about it later.
We can talk about it.
later.
Yeah, like,
So
it's just like
while B-Ball, right?
B-Ball.
Many soldier mains I see don't realize that the answer to their consistency and improvement is just right in front of them, and that is basketball, my friend. Basketball improves everything. Trust me. Well, especially your depth perception, but still, your jumps at DM, you can practice them quite well.
I guess you can call by preference. But person, I mean, I wouldn't like. I played the last year's like B-Ball Cup, but like I just played for the medal because I heard there was a medal. But honestly, right, I mean, I'm not really interested in like the B-Ball like gameplay. I mean, it's fun to play occasionally, but I wouldn't like commit like
It's
I wouldn't.
definitely better than bugging your jumper friend all day, asking him to MG or jump with him. You know, that's
Not me,
hello.
bro.
Yeah.
You can play people instead. You can play people instead. It's a more simultaneous thing. You know, just
I mean, you gotta take the chance to win. You gotta employ what you have. You have to use your resources, and maybe that resource is your jumper friend.
all right.
I
have
feel
no
like this mini like small like different game modes other than like Sixers or Highlander will probably like keep the game alive. Also, recently like UGC added like Alti as well, also, and then they're like
Wait,
Oh,
they added multi-duo?
yes, they added Alti, yeah, and there's like a probably like I guess it's a new way to like play like more
B2.
TF2 or maybe farm more like medals.
B2 with double click stakes. Yeah. So like, you put medals into the incentive, and people actually want to play LT Duo. Personally, I think it's a really gay game mode, but it's me. It's
At least it's
I-
there, you know. It's like a variety, like more variety to like play TF2 other than just like Sixers or Highlander.
Really, but going a bit off topic, back to the main topic of Age of Fortress, right? We've had only one cup so far, Age of Fortress Cup 16. So
You know why? Because of pure, dude. Like, I don't see the reason. Okay, I'm legit asking. I don't really see the reason why we must have like two separate leagues when they're both like under the same admin, have the same rules.
yes, of course.
I mean, I think it makes sense. I mean, it probably I don't know why it doesn't make sense to you. I would like to know why, but for me it makes sense because like they are giving servers, like they are providing servers, and they want something tangible for them to say like, hey, we did this. Like instead of like having another Asia Fortress Cup and saying like, oh, Pure League maybe not even be
Sponsored
included.
by
In it.
Pure.
Yeah.
This
other
is
than-
honestly, it's not good, man, for the health of the league.
Like separating
Or, like,
the
separating?
leagues.
Yeah, like you make it so
Yeah, you
like
definitely can watch it. I've seen it happen in like other regions before.
like there's coordination problems and shit. Like if they unify the leagues, right, and then like have like they'll be able to have more seasons in each year instead of
all
just
for
two.
like a unified league, but
But you
I
said
think
the
it
same
directly
admins.
contradicts
Oh, what?
Pure League.
But you said it's the same admins.
Yeah.
I feel
And
it's
that's
just
the madness.
if you make
Right.
it if you make the two divs like different, right? I mean the two the two leagues like maybe it's like differences in like
There's
I
still a
guess,
few-
but then it's the exact same rules, exact same maps, exact same like things. It's just like
I'm not sure if there are different maps, but
but like I mean come on, like
all right.
it's pretty much the same thing.
Let's. Speaking about maps, right? In 2020 or AFC 16, Age of Fortress made the decision to remove propaganda and prolans in favor of sunshine and granary, if I recall correctly. So, if you had to choose, what map would you remove and what map would you add?
I will actually remove propaganda, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Reason being because it's good to try different maps. I agree. It's like, hey, it's a new map because it's other than just like the same few maps that we've been always playing and everyone knows how to play them. It's good to like throw something in and everyone has to like learn. But the way like propaganda is designed, it's just I don't know, man. It's not really. It's not. I mean, personally, it's not really that fun to play. But I guess it's like you can play it for one season, then like take a break, then maybe throw back in another season. I don't mind, but generally, I don't see it as like a consistent like choice to be like played. You know.
All right. So basically, you want propaganda and you don't want any.
No, it's not. I don't. It's not. I don't mind playing it, but I wouldn't like. How you say fancy it. Like, oh, it's
the problem is
it's
that
a fan map.
people always play the same three maps in Punks, and like they associate maps by their familiarity as well to some degree. So if they see the map they are not familiar with, I don't think like they'll be very appealing. And hence, like the gap gets wider as like you play more maps, the same three maps more often, or same four maps, and like the potential maps, like say I don't know, Metalworks, or gets like neglected.
Works is actually
Metalworks has been playing Age of Fortress before, but it has been dropped by other maps. Still, I think
It's a pretty
it's
decent
always the
map,
admin's
honestly.
decision. You know?
Oh, another thing is what's it that map that was added this was it pure? I think pure. It was played like 1 week, then it was never touched again. What's
The
it? It's called no, it's
God map?
it's the castle map. It's the one with the stupid like the what's it? The fountain, and then like the second is like so big.
Villa.
And,
Villa?
It's
yeah,
Villa.
Villa.
Let's go.
Villa.
I mean that map is very fun to play too. But then
It's not fun. I mean, I guess from a certain class perspective,
Real
it's
is
not fun, but
I'm pretty sure
it's
it's played.
You're gonna add like another like you really don't like propaganda, right? But what is your main problem with propaganda other than it not being like fun? Like, is there like a map decision that you
Skyline
don't
is
agree with?
massive, bro. I can like you can spot them from so far away. And you can, I mean, guess you can say like, oh, you can like changes it a bit because you have to like be more selective or some shit like that. But honestly, I can see like from mid, I can see like from like all the way to second. Like it's this one whole stretch. Like I can
That's
just.
a preference.
I mean,
Like,
I think
yeah.
like
for
if
me,
you give a
I
sniper main them, they'll love
I think
it.
for me I'd remove Granary. I I mean
Very
personally
fine.
personally, like I know the map for quite a long time. The problem is Granary is I feel Granary is just too stalebaity. You know, like
Definitely.
you could
Like,
you,
easy to stalemate, yeah, because it's like
yeah, it's very easy to stalemate in yard.
Mm.
But you know what map I'm gonna add? No
Log
memes
jam.
aside, I am adding upward if I was the admin, dude.
Wait,
Listen,
upward,
Upward.
tail
listen,
upward to 6v6.
I was
I mean,
expecting like
like,
gravel pit or
ha-
something.
I mean gravel pit as a
Gravel pit.
compromise, you know. But okay, give me an
Why
explanation
upward?
right now. Why upward might not work?
because like it's
I
like
just
a
wanna know
payload
why.
Try
map.
to
But
play, you see how fun it will be.
That's why it would work in the first
Only I
place.
think probably because
No, for real though, for real. Why
Why?
would it not work?
Why upward? Oh,
Tell us
maybe
why
maybe
it
a
would
CP
work
upward,
first.
but payload upward. I think it's the main like wall is the payload game mode. It's like it's
Wait,
not very
there's a
familiar.
CP upward, what?
no, it's not CP upward
Oh
lah.
no, that's an if. That's an if.
No, but I think like payload is actually so fun in comparison to like the 5 CP, like 5 million years of stalemating. Like like playing payload is just action, then respawn, action, then respawn, and action, then respawn. And you just play the Highlander like stopwatch, and you just play it Sixer style, you know, like.
I don't. I
Like-
think the reason why it was because it's more action in Highlander. Then if you put in 6v6, it's gonna be like, it's like I guess it's. I mean, we haven't tried it, but I don't see it like feasible, man. It's just.
I agree. I agree. It is. There's so much action in Highlander, but the problem is it is too much. Like
It's too
there's
hard
so
to
much
cover.
shit. Yeah, it's too. There's
It's
so
a
many
process.
things happening. There's like a spy backstabbing the sniper. There's like a scout back like going in for the big play, or like an engineer who's setting up a super sentry. Like Highlander is just overall harder to follow as a spectator sport because like we need to also understand, right? Like TF2 needs to be like not only fun to play but also like pleasing to watch.
Fun
And
to follow,
I think
yeah.
yeah, but like when it comes to payload, like there's action and then reprieve, action and then reprieve. You know, like you spawn, you go kill someone. If you fail, you go spawn again and you kill someone. Like it's constant action. It's not really stalematey, but it's a nice compromise, I think. Like maybe I'm the only autistic guy that actually believes in Six's Highlander.
Maybe.
It's fine.
You're not. I'm not the only one. Do you actually believe it as well?
I
Halo, right?
don't know, man. But we can
There is
ask
always
that
another-
some shit. I don't know. And it's back to like the map pools that we have been like removed or
Pretty, like,
added.
pretty open.
Yeah, I feel like
It's
Reckoner.
still testable, but
Yeah, okay.
you have to have like proper testing and feedback.
Honestly, instead of switching game modes, we can try reducing the round timer first from 10 minutes to like something
5,
else. 5, I
7.
don't know.
But I don't know. I feel Reckoner. I don't know. Personally, I feel Reckoner like it probably can like get more love or something. I don't know what you guys feel about it, but for me, I guess it's okay.
Definitely.
Yeah, I like Reckoner, but the like as always, like when it comes to Div 3 maps, like I mean there's only 3 maps in the AsiaFortress lexicon, and it's the Holy Trinity. It's either Gullywash, Process, and
Snake.
Water.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
everyone's like
I
it's
think the
the
proper
same,
play
like-
would be Pugs to introduce like other maps in Pugs other than the Holy Trinity.
Metalworks, baby.
it's just the favorite. What can you do? I mean, you'll be certain. It's like your songs, man. There will be certain songs that you always like play more than others. But it doesn't mean you have to like neglect the other maps. You know.
yeah.
It's time to
I mean-
hold some battle Pugs.
You're gonna vote.
I only heard like
Let's
one
go.
more, but any like players, so you can just hit me out if you want to play. But alright, a bit off topic here. But now, especially like this year, we've seen the Koreans play their final season possibly, and disband. And we've seen a first ever second place finish from a non-Korean team for the first time in a few years. I think. Wait,
Actually, last season, last AFC 15 was the Pingu.
So
Unless I'm not
Surface,
sure.
wait, no, they changed the name mid-season. Yeah.
Pingu, yeah, the Penguin
I
Crusader.
think what I meant to say is now that the Koreans disbanded, another slot is out for grabs, and there's like less competition in Asia now. So it's curious to see how people will step up to take their places.
I mean,
Varys?
I think, like, I would like to also see people step it up, but I don't think it will happen just because of like there's always that one top dog in every region, you know, like
Yeah.
even in NA there's like Froyotech, you know, top dogs, and like I think when it comes to Asia, like everyone has like so how do I say this? They have so little time to work it off because like you know some of the players have like NS or something like is that what you call it in
Yeah,
Singapore?
national
Yeah.
service. That's like the number one killer of all players.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Korea,
that's,
the Korean team died because of NS also. Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of players just disappear, so they don't have a lot of time to, you know, make their stay in the top leagues, you know, because, like, let's be honest, like, talent is not the only factor into beating Xiao, I think. Like, it's also, like, just, like, staying as a
Practice.
team. Yeah, because, like, most teams just die too quick, and, you know, like, teams that have a lot of promise to beat Xiao would just dissolve out of thin air and say like, "Oh, that was our best try." Like, they don't even bother trying to go for another run. You know?
Yeah, definitely, it's definitely a diminishing kind of thing, but let's make our
it's
best
like
of it.
you see LAN, like the last LAN we had 2 years ago.
Oh,
But then guess
yeah.
what? It got dissolved and then sound and like cell absorbed like some of the players.
Actually, yeah, due to COVID, there was like no possibility of a land this year, but it might be different for
Do you
2020.
think there's more players coming back because of COVID?
Definitely. A lot of very old players I have seen in Pearl.
give me one name. I want to hear.
Sumo from 26ers of
Oh, Sumo.
Yes.
That's an old name. Who else?
I saw Valen post and LFT post in Discord.
Wait, for real?
Yeah, serious.
I'm pretty sure. Oh God, what the hell?
Yeah,
You're
it's
right.
very shocking. It's very shocking.
Yeah, some
Wait.
kick out playing for job, like marking for Jobbers team, like
Wait,
3 months
really?
ago.
Wait, Valen was smoking for Joppers team too.
No, like kick out.
Oh, K-Card. Oh, K-Card.
Wait,
Oh my goodness.
dude, is Jopper like a
legend.
fucking necromancer resurrecting all the fucking dead,
Yeah.
dude? Oh my God.
At this point, he might also be. But
Fossil gaming.
I mean, with that, with that amount of resurgence, I mean, I want to know why you guys think like they're popping up already. Like, do you think it's genuinely just COVID, or do you think it's just NS being over?
No, I think
there's
they're-
There's
definitely-
not in India, bro.
No, they just like, hey,
I mean, of course, the other players like K-Cod, you know,
yeah,
like idiot, no NS or something like that.
of course. How can we forget the most important event of the year? That is our very own Konma, Div 2 second place champion for several seasons, making it into
Oh my God, we even talking about the curse.
Oh,
The
no.
con man right
Come
here,
on, dirty
boys.
stream.
truly a Cinderella story,
Okay.
making it into Asia's finest team.
So for anyone who doesn't know, Konma has this incredible Konma has won Div 1 already, right?
Yeah,
he won already.
He
several
won one
times, I
time.
think.
He won
Okay,
one
he
time
won
on Medic.
Div- He won Div 1 already, and the funniest thing is he still
Yes.
can't win Div 2. Truly the tragedy of a lifetime.
Mighty have fallen. Even land winners such as I won't name any. But My friend Hong here has also not been able to accomplish that task.
But I don't think to the same extent as Konma did, though. Konma has tried to win them to so many seasons. I remember having a exact conversation with Konma, like saying, like listen, Konma, we're gonna win this season. We're gonna take the dub, and then I remember the sigh in Konma's voice when I said I'm gonna go heavy 15 minutes into grand final. I remember.
Hey,
Ghosty,
has
you
Banana
remember
won
this?
diff too?
Yeah,
Ghosty, you remember this?
yeah, dude.
I remember the sigh in my teammate's voice when I heard, like, when I said, like, oh, I'm just gonna go heavy fucking 15 minutes into grand finals in Sunshine. We hold the point for 25 minutes. We're gonna park the bus. 1-0 leading. And then we fucking lost in the span of 5 minutes. Oh my god. It's a great tragedy. I mean, hopefully it doesn't happen again, but do you think, I don't think Konma will get into Div 2 anymore.
No. He's Samantha. He plays it. He's a.
Wait,
But
he's done? He's quit the game?
No,
No, as in
No, I
still
don't
playing.
know.
he's
Oh, he's
his
just
seat-
permanently Div 1.
yeah. But may I say that his seat is trembling under the congestion of a certain Vietnamese demo. Then consistently out DMing him.
Mm.
Oh,
Ghosty
can't,
TF2.
can't stop.
Oh, we're
the
talking about Dead Star, right?
whole-
We're talking
Hey,
about Dead Star,
dude,
right, guys?
dude,
Right,
my
guys?
hand,
Wrong
dude,
class,
my
wrong
hand,
class.
dude, my hand is off the chart. I'm nothing to do with this shit. Okay, I'm not the fucking best player in Vietnam. I admit this shit. I would
To
never
me,
fucking say it
these
myself.
are like one of the more notable events, but there's definitely more stuff that happened in 2020. Like not only from my perspective, you know.
But like when it comes to a premier demo man, it's gotta be Ghosty. You know, Ghosty is the best player. Checking my PayPal right now, Ghosty. Give me a sec.
Paying him
I'm not
paying
even
iFun a
doing
lot to say
anything.
this.
Very
The
controversial.
reason why he's a special guest.
You're not muted. You're not muted. Why did you say that? Lego.
dude.
It's supposed to be a secret.
Personally,
I mean, I'm curious what you guys think of a super team looks like in Div 1.
oh, okay.
Like other than Shao, like let's think,
Super team is
if you have any if you have any decisions, like you wanna like what is the super team that you're thinking of?
You wanna include Australians?
Yeah.
Because they made a super team to go to LAN, like
Last
BTS.
time.
That's
BTS
kind
LAN.
Yeah, but it didn't work. Yeah, cause the LAN organized.
Of course, it didn't happen, but the
Yeah.
roster was there. The roster
BTS
was like,
was also there. BTS was supposed to go to Asia.
Yeah,
This was
yes.
last year, right? Last year or this year?
This year.
Right, yeah.
2020 Jan. Early
Very
2020.
unfortunate. But can only look bad with hope.
The roster had
More on that next episode.
Enrith on demo, TJ Asho Scout, then wait no,
Yeah, TJ.
Oh, yeah, TJ
TJ
Ice
Ice Banana 26 and Lock Medic.
Lock Medic.
All right, I want TJ to mute in Twitch chat right now. All right, I'm giving him 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Who do you think is better? I sure TJ.
Alright,
All right.
let's give the hard hitting questions first.
Honka.
Alright, okay, you know what?
Oh my
Yeah, let's give it. Let's,
Hey,
okay,
let's
okay,
kill.
let's put it in the
vote.
back
Let's have
burner.
a
Let's put
vote.
it in the back burner.
Alright, yeah, let's put it in a back.
What are you gonna ask?
Are we going off height here or?
No. What's Henry wanted to say?
Let's look at the AsiaFortress first places. Let's judge them by the AsiaFortress wins.
We're gonna judge it by medals.
Of course.
What's
It's fair that way. We have evidence.
It's conclusive proof, no? Like medals. Facts.
Yeah, I guess, but Actually, this discussion goes way back. Right? It's not even
Uh,
a 2020 thing.
Yes,
It
like
does, it does. Like whenever someone like asks like who is the best class on
The I showed
one
TJ.
role, you always say like, oh, it's DJ playing that role. Now it's no longer the case. I mean, you gotta admit, AsiaFortress has evolved.
Changes really fast.
Yeah,
Everyone
for
is
quite a
constantly
lot.
changing.
Yeah, but I mean, the fact still remains that I am the best scout in Asia.
Oh, of course, of course. No one's gonna
True.
take your crown, man. Don't worry about
Contested,
it.
yeah. I can
Yeah.
vouch. I can vouch for him.
Thank you, thank you.
Uh,
Yeah, but
Alright.
were you gonna ask? You were gonna ask some questions, right? Like concerning
Yeah.
like Div 1.
Yeah, sure. So, I have a special question for you, iFun. This is like a
Okay.
personal. I
Alright.
know it's not relevant to 2020, but LAN happened quite. I know LAN happened quite a while ago, but how did it feel seeing your own team beat Xiao on LAN?
there were two
Alright.
actually. One that lost, one that won.
Listen. Okay, my emotions going into that season, I was really happy, and you know, I wish I could say I was sad, but I was actually genuinely happy because when I saw like
Just seeing like your son run for the
Yeah.
first time.
my Pinoy superstar Lurl beat Xiao, although he was not playing in grand finals. Listen here. Listen, it was Itachi, but come on, it still
So
counts.
didn't Love beat like before grand finals?
Yeah.
Like, so,
Oh, did he?
yeah.
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
Okay,
He
so
did.
it does count. So it does
Yeah,
count. All right,
yeah.
let's go. In
Alright.
any case, like I think I was really happy to see like my old teammates like actually beat the thing that like we were trying to beat. Because I remember like when I played like my first season of Asia Fort on Div 1, I was like straight up trying so hard that like I thought like I was actually like watching demos of Xiao and like counter stratting and shit like that, but whenever like my team would make a discussion or like make a whenever we do a team talk, they'd be like playing TF2 MGing while I'm discussing my strats, and they're like, "Oh, can you repeat that again?" And so so it like for me, I like Div 1 definitely felt like for me like, oh, I guess no one is gonna beat Xiao, so like I'm just gonna give up because like no one is gonna try or something like that. But maybe I was wrong to think that way because I feel like maybe trying in their way was the right way to do it, and that's how they won the Chow. You know?
Yeah, definitely. Or it's nice to hear how, to get some insider info on how information was worked back when
Yeah.
TCS.
Yeah,
But-
and like the funniest thing is right, like when you think about Shao, like Shao like seems so indestructible back then, and like that LAN tournament basically solidified to me what the 5 ping theory was. The 5 ping theory is how many 5 pingers do you have on your team, and how many more do you have, and you will win the game. You know that solidified the 5 ping theory to me.
Yes. 5 ping is a disease. If you look at it from a more objective perspective.
I mean,
Um,
a lot of players do have 5 pings, so
Except
Especially since
for
there's-
me, except for me, I always have like above like somewhere
although
around 20 ping
although I'm
and
not
30
saying,
ping.
yeah, I'm not saying that 5 ping is all of it. Like, of course, they like Shao is just insane, like game sense and gameplay wise, but
yes.
gameplay wise. But
Yeah, off
you
topic. Bit off topic. But speaking of absolute skill, I'm a bit curious on what you think also on objective versus relative skill difference in the between like the past and like say 2 years ago and like TF2 especially this year. Do you think like Div 2 or Div 1 or Div 3 has like a spike in skill?
I think it has been relatively okay, but objectively, when we think about it, like in hindsight, a lot like the game has sped up a bit just because of how the buffs has been made. Like the medic speed buff scout thing, basically made scout the best class in sixes right now in Asia Fort. I mean,
It also
because
made
we
all
were-
scout mains kind of more egocentric, if you ask me.
Okay, I mean that is that is debatable, but
Alright,
I
it's
mean
debatable. Yeah.
yeah, but I agree. Like in some way, a scout needs to handle himself with confidence, probably with a bit of ego to make the aggressive plays
Play
because like you know
well. I
yeah
guess that makes sense.
to play
But
as amazing and aggressively as they can.
yeah, generally I think, other than the skill difference made by like the nerfs, that there isn't much that changed in TF2. I think, like this year. So can wrap up for a bit here. If there's any questions in the chat, can just drop them off. We can talk about it a bit.
Actually,
Pinoy Cup,
I
Pinoy
want.
Cup.
Oh, you're talking. Okay,
Yeah,
we're
but
talking
any
about the
questions
Pinoy
in the
Cup.
chat, go about them now.
Do you want me to give you a brief rundown of the Pinoy Cup?
Sure, sure.
All right, so
So
I'm gonna advertise the Filipino Cup, made the Manny Pacquiao Cup or the Kingsman Cup, organized by Zeus and the gang. So listen, guys, it's 18 keys. Whoever is gonna win. So
we're
this
only
tourney,
limited to Pinoys.
yes, this cup, if you win it, I'm pretty sure. Okay, I'm not sure, but I think you have made more money than TJ in his entire TF2 career. Question mark?
Unlucky.
Facts? Unlucky TJ. It's just that sad, dude. It's just that sad. Listen, the funniest thing is Zeus is this guy that will ask you for your birth certificate to. Dude, no, you're laughing right now. You're laughing right now, but it's
TJ,
actual fact. Dude,
Alright,
he
this
will
is the
ask
best
you.
part.
He
So
will ask
far.
you for your birth certificate before you can join in. I'm
The
not
best
even
statement
joking.
you've made by far in this, this segment.
Ever since I
Yo.
played Kingsman Cup, I'm a millionaire now.
And I guess I'm forging, guys. Yeah, but
Alright, but just
do
reading
you
through the
think
chat.
Lol will play it?
Wait, what?
Could you convince Lol to play it?
Oh, we can't play.
Wait,
Apparently, it's only restricted to Div 3 players, but Melo's in the game or the tournament.
Okay.
Is she
I
playing
mean,
Melo?
Melo-
Bias. There is some
Ah, okay.
extreme
I see
bias.
what's happening, Zeus. I see what's happening.
oh, only
Extreme
Div 3
bias.
Pinoy players.
She might be
Yeah.
playing medic only. That's why.
No,
Right.
she's playing
Mm.
Scout, I think, or Demo.
Oh.
Oh. Chat, someone mentioned UGC reforming into ATF2L search under Senna.
ATF.
Oh yeah. He has been talking to me about a really like Submarine and Sedna is doing like a like 200 keys.
Yeah, Gil
Yeah,
mentioned
200 plus
250
keys.
keys with 2 divisions.
For what? For what?
Or
Highlander.
Highlander.
Yeah,
Aiyo.
so that's pretty notable as well.
So once again, we have to provide your own
Never
money to fund
mentioned.
the community.
And we just have a 9 map pool? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Well, never. I agree, sort of, but it's gonna be a bit of trouble to deal with in the regular season.
How many weeks you want to play in the seasons, yeah?
Like, here's a,
what the freak?
A bit of trouble with the map.
like here's the
rotation.
hard part here about like making 9 map in the map pool, because like if you see majority of the perk player only play Sunshine, Gully Wash, Water, and Process, only those 4 map. So I don't know like how majority of the people gonna play in perk. If they change to like different map that they want to play, that would be like much more better for everyone to play, you know. Like it's not like we're saying like the perk is like low on map. It's more like many people don't know how to play the new map. You know? Like they have to start.
Yeah, they're
Talk
not
about
familiar
them.
with it basically.
Not familiar with the maps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guess that's a problem in Highlander as well. But TJ Hira asks in the chat, top 4 for next season? Question mark.
For
For
Top four what?
top 4 in Div 1, I guess.
Literally the only 4 teams.
Legit the only 40.
Oh, someone is gonna get bumped in Div 2. Thank you for
No,
this information.
I think
last
it's
season,
gonna be
Season
Xiao,
four season,
Reese
right?
team. The third and fourth, I'm not very sure, but Eton's team might just upset everyone.
Wait, they're going to one?
Oh, really?
They're
Ethan's
getting
Thing-
bumped?
I think so.
Is this
How?
insider information?
Might be. I'm not saying anything. Okay.
Leaked?
I'm-
Leaked?
I'm not gonna
There
confirm
were
anything.
supposed to be 6 teams like earlier. Like these 4 teams that
It's
all
definitely-
just told us about, and then there were supposed to be 2 more, which were captained by Death Star and Lime, I think.
Yeah.
The Lime team was basically the team that won AFC 16 in Div 2 without space.
The top 2 is pretty much cemented, but the bottom 2 for the top 4 is very debatable. Like it can go both ways. But with the emergence of biker parks, I think it's just history repeating itself. With like certain people not wanting to play by certain rules or certain players. I mean, it's kind of unfortunate, but the parks are actually decent, so I'm not gonna complain. Who is
Dude,
the
you
top
can't
2?
just say that. You can't just say the top 2 is cemented, man. What the shit? Oh no.
It's not cemented unless my scout partner steps up, you know?
Oh,
That's
okay,
it.
Wait, you're
man.
playing scout? Wait, you're playing scout?
Dude,
Wait, Alt, you're playing scout?
No,
yeah,
no,
all
that's
this playing scout, man. No, I'm
No,
playing
no.
Roma actually this year. I don't know, man.
Dude.
All needs to step it up, man. Like all scout. I don't know.
It's
can't
a
make it.
mutual message. It's a mutual message, man. Let's both step up.
Ah,
Let's both step
God.
up. Actually, here's my wishes for everyone to step up. Actually, just have a great 2021 ahead. Let's have a great year.
Step up. That's how you have a
Cheers,
great
cheers
year.
to a
but-
great year. Yeah. Cheers to being rolled. Pipiga.
I'm looking forward to old scout, man.
A period of time, I'm pretty sure Alt was like grinding scout. He was like wanted to play scout, but then now he's like back on room.
Step up or shut up.
Oh my god.
Yes. Other than that, I think honestly, right, Divan is looking pretty exciting this season. If you ask me.
Is it really?
One team
I
died
mean,
already.
compared
It's-
to,
it's more the-
Give me a rundown of the 4 teams. Give me the rundown.
Xiao, Rui, Lego's team. No, yeah.
Yeah,
Pela.
Lego
I'm managing
and
2 teams.
Lego
It's
and
two
Rogue
teams
Wait, you're
Island.
managing 2 teams?
He's sponsoring 2 teams, you know. It's like Swift. Like we have Rhodes Island and Rhodes Island
I'm
Black.
scheduling and entering for Rose,
Yeah.
and I'm playing for Anuj.
Oh, I think it's Rhodes Island India, not Rhodes Island Black.
Rose Island.
Three
Yeah.
Indian players, and the rest of us are just tools.
people underestimate the 3 Indian core. Like when the what is it again? Bangalore servers hit up. Like everyone's just gonna get farmed by the Indians. It's like it's no joke.
Anuj fan club is
Wait,
still
who are
looking
these
for a
Indians?
medic.
Who are the 3 Indians? It's Lego, Black,
Uh,
Black. Who's the other 2?
Crooked and Tony the Tiger.
Yeah,
Are we
Anuj
talking
and
about the real Tony the Tiger?
Yeah, totally the
no,
tiger.
not
Yeah.
Starkey, it's dynamic, it's just dynamic.
Dynamic.
Oh my god, I'm so excited of Tony the Tiger, dude.
Shout out to Indian TF2. Really stepped up this year actually. Not even lying.
Oh yeah, Anuj fan club is still looking for a medic. Hit me up. if you wanna try. We're still trying out people.
Preferably Indian, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're thinking about an Indian medic, I mean, there's Gale, there's Carnival.
This
Oh
guy-
god.
Anisha-
Hell no.
Wait, but you said it was supposed to be Indian.
Is that okay?
Collective few hours. Yeah.
Oh,
I
Gil,
think-
Gil's asking about trial. I think found him.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. Dude.
Gale request to try out. Alright. Simple as. Think that wraps it up. Unless there's anything else notable to mention. Thank you
Oh.
tonight for
Yeah, can I do a shout out real quick?
yeah sure.
That's shout
Can
out.
you-
Yo,
Yeah.
can I shout out Ron Tan, #1 Div 1 player, man single-handedly destroyed Aisho's reputation.
He's a
I'm
sleeper
so
cell.
sorry. It's so funny, dude. He's the sleeper agent, basically. All right, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
Anyone have a last word to say?
Shoutouts.
Shoutouts to everyone still playing this game. I know you all.
Shoutouts to everyone who playing this game. Yeah, I preach.
I know you all still play it because you like the game very much.
But
At this point, I just want to play the game, man. Like, that's just me.
uh,
Shout out to my team's carry, Never Z.
Destroy the tree.
I guess that the end of the podcast.
Yeah,
Thank you everyone for
Yeah.
listening to
Alright, thanks for
our
having me, dude.
conversation.
Thanks for coming over. You really gave like
Good
some
insight
insight.
about the game.
Yes, thank you.
May have another. I might just make another, or like have another session just on the Pinoy scene alone, because I'm just curious whether or not people play this game in internet cafes, like similar to the Pinoy Dota scene. But definitely, you can save it for another day.
All right.
So
Next time you'll get a smoker smooch.
next time Lego gonna be late for the podcast
You
again.
get a smoker smooch.
No.
Lego gonna be late for the podcast next time.
Let us know, I guess, if you want the podcast to be more informational, like on news based, or like have it be a interview based kind of podcast where we interview different players and we can talk about their journey.
And you can leave it down in the comment when the video come out. I might post this in my main channel, and you guys can listen and over to the podcast.
That will be very informative. I'll be sure to watch that.
Smash it! Smash it like this.
now you have to get second.
Well,
yeah.
I will post this. You guys can leave a
Thank
comment
the
who
boys for
you
being
guys want to be in the
considerate.
podcast. Who you guys want to be in the podcast? Let us know in the comment.
Yeah.
And
Who any guests you want to feature? Any banger players? Any up and comers? Any superstars? You know, can always interview them.
about DJ, we
Yeah,
will get
yeah.
him in. Don't worry,
Um,
he will be in the
Please
podcast.
add Ron. Please add Rontan.
No.
Try and make it
Rontan,
weekly, but
Rontan should be interviewed.
This chaos, man.
So yeah, thank you everyone for listening to the podcast. This is Andre,
and good night. And
Andre, Ghosty. iFun, Lego,
Sure.
Mans, and Alteria Henry. Thank you everyone for listening, and
And
we see you next time.
see you next year. Actually, see you next year.
Next year, yes, New Year.
That's right.
New Year's coming.
Yeah.
Happy.
Everyone stay safe.
Alright, Merry Christmas, belated Christmas, and a Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everyone.
See you guys.
See ya.